Hello and welcome back to the Duke of Scottish Studios here in Geneva. I'm joined today by Ilia Kolochenko from High Tech Bridge SA. So Ilia, welcome to the studios.
Hello, thank you.
So first of all, congratulations on High Tech Bridge and PwC Switzerland's strategic partnership, which is bringing a new innovative set of web solutions and security services to clients. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So first of all, let's start with investment into cybersecurity. So there's been a surge of investments, but there's still a large problem with internet hacking. So how can you explain this?
I'd probably say that today there is a lot of different problems related to cybersecurity issues. However, I would say that the biggest problem is the gap between IT teams, cybersecurity companies, and the people who are in charge of business, like CEO or CFO or the board. The problem is the following. IT teams today have a huge responsibility to keep everything workable 24/7. They are already busy enough, and when somebody trying to convince them that in addition to their daily work, and sometimes they have to work at nights and weekends, they have also to take care seriously about security, they are a little bit disappointed, of course. The problem of people in charge of strategy inside of the company, sometimes it can be the board, sometimes it can be CISO, sometimes it can be CFO or CEO. Usually they try just to allocate the budget because their main role is to find the budget, to make profit, to continue their business, to survive among the competition. And they take cybersecurity as something they need to give budget, and then they don't care. It's like, I'm giving you my money, so make it secure. I don't care how, I don't care when, just make it secure as soon as you can, and you don't want to know about it anymore. And cybersecurity companies, that's true that there is a lot of growth in cybersecurity business these days. However, the problem is that when VCs or investment funds are investing into cybersecurity companies, they are always looking for a return, and quite often what we are seeing, they are stressing slowly but surely the companies to make profit as much as they can, and they force them to sell as much as they can. This is pretty logical. However, the problem is that then companies try to convince as much customers that they need their solution, and only their solution can be appropriate and can mitigate all sort of risks. So of course, when we have, three different teams, if we can say so, cybersecurity, the management and the IT team, and they have different ideas what they need to do, they have different different vision how the things shall be, to combine everything in efficient and effective way is pretty difficult.
So what can financial sectors do to ensure that their infrastructure is secure?
I'd probably say that the most important thing is that the board of the company, the CEO himself, and people like CFO or CRO shall personally care about cybersecurity. It means that it's only they who can define what kind of cybersecurity risks we shall care about. For example, in some companies, if their entire email database will be stolen and published, it wouldn't really harm their business. Of course, I'm not speaking about, personal data of some employees or, the impact on their reputation that it may have, but it will not kill their business. In other cases, for example, if we take a private bank, if their email exchanges with customers located abroad and so on will be published online, it means that their business is over. So it's only the board, the management, who can define what type of information we shall really protect. Then they shall make a clear list, like risk number 1, risk number 2, risk number 3, risk number 4, because today what we are seeing that companies, they obtain a budget and they start spending without really analyzing what are the most important business risk, if it's priority number 1 or number 25. And sometimes we just come to companies and say, well, it's great that you obtain obtained and acquired this solution, it's useful, but in your case, it's probably last priority to take care of. And the most important, the most crucial risks are not addressed at all. How comes? And they say, oh, we just wanted to spend something because, we heard that hackers are everywhere, so we spent. And the supplier of this solution convinced us that it will resolve everything as soon as it will be here. So we just did it like this. And I think it's extremely important that the board and the people in charge of corporate strategies, they define what type of information they want to protect, in which priorities they wish to protect this information, and then to control how their cybersecurity strategy is being followed up. Because it's also extremely important to conduct independent assessment in a holistic way, because what we're also observing today is that we have a supplier who can, for example, supply you a firewall, a DLP, or a solution like this, and then he'll say, well, I'm in charge of almost everything related to cybersecurity in your company. It will be also me who will do external audit to make sure that everything is fine. It's just absolutely inappropriate, a security auditor shall be always independent, a company who doesn't sell you any solutions or hardware or tools. It shall be absolutely independent company, because independence is extremely important. It's not even about potential conflict of interest that is obvious. It's sometimes really doing good job, but auditing their own installation, they can just forget about something, because it can be possible that after working 6 months on securing IT infrastructure, you just will completely forget about small entry points somewhere far away, because you was too busy, you had a lot of problems you was solving. And of course, during the external audit, how secure everything is, you will just forget about it. But one small hole is enough to compromise everything.
And what can senior management do to help with cybersecurity in regards to ensuring its efficiency?
I'd probably say that it's important to understand, first of all, that cybersecurity is extremely important today. Being a CEO myself, I understand how difficult for financial institutions, for example, to think about cybersecurity, because they have enough problems with financial crisis that is still here. They have enough problems with competition. They have enough problem with compliance legislation, EU rules. They have enough problems internally. And when we say that in addition to all this, you need to think about cybersecurity, they're extremely disappointed. So I understand this perfectly. However, unfortunately, the technology becomes a part of our daily life and business, and we have to admit that without paying enough attention to cybersecurity, our business can just disappear. That's how the things are. So as soon as companies will understand that cybersecurity, it's not something we shall pay somebody and outsource it, just give somebody a task to take care of it, but really something strategic, it will be already a great thing. Then, as I've just mentioned before, independent auditing conducted every quarter is extremely helpful. Continuous auditing is probably even better, because vulnerabilities they may appear every second. So if you have a possibility to hire a company who will conduct continuous risk assessment of your infrastructure, that would be great. And also I would probably suggest to make some exceptional audits with different companies, who will probably try to test your employees, how they will react to phishing, or how they will react to scam, how they will react to hacking attempt. So it's extremely important to make small tests, how your employee, how your software, how your cybersecurity solution will react to external attack or an insider activity.
Fantastic. Well, Ilia, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you very much for inviting.
And thank you for watching. For all the latest Dukascopy updates and interviews, do keep clicking back. Goodbye for now.